Hi, the name's James IZ. I'm back here with another video. Of course, for today's video topic, guys, dating is dead. Dating in 2025 and the big 25 is dead. Huh? Dating is dead or some shit? I don't really know for sure, but what I do know for sure is that I have a bunch of TikToks here, mainly women I'm assuming here, are talking about their dating stories or like their dating horror stories or terrible dating stories and everything, and I'm just gonna go based off of that and not date in 2025 because of what some women say on the internet. That's why, yeah, I'm like that. I'm like that. Are you like that? Go ahead and leave a comment if you are like that.
I literally just hopped out of a moving car because I was on the date from hell. Okay, like when I tell you I didn't even wait for this man to pull over, he was over an hour late for our date. Over an hour late to our date. I should have known then to just cancel the shit because you're not respecting my time.
Women coming on to TikTok and telling the stories and everything, and it's like whenever like they talk fast like this, all I could hear is just like a chihuahua barking or some shit, and it's like, dude, it's so fucking annoying. So this chick went on a date that was an hour late or some shit. That's on you because, yeah, obviously that person doesn't respect your time, sweetheart, and you should have just, you know what I mean, blocked his number and then, you know what I mean, just like, no, like just cancel the date.
Let's face it, being lonely sucks sometimes. When you see friends coupling up or you're scrolling through Instagram pictures of
skill issue. If you're lonely, that's just a skill issue. Go outside in real life and talk to people. Find a hobby. Just share like a common hobby with somebody or some shit, bro.
So I just saw this woman sharing her dating experience, and I'm going to play a clip of that in just a minute, but let me give you guys a quick backstory. So this woman goes out on a date with this man. He lives an hour away. They end up going to lunch, something simple, basic conversation, that's fine. He calls her the next day and is like, I'd like to see you again. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So he drives again an hour out of the way to come to visit her.
Stop it right there. Dude, I don't understand that shit. How the fuck are we driving an hour away just to go on a date with a chick that isn't even gonna work out anyways, bro? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Fellas, what are we doing? Stop wasting your time and money on that shit. If she don't live within about 20 to 30 minutes of you, don't even fucking entertain it, nigga. The fuck are we doing?
So anyway, he arrives at her house and they're like sitting outside at first, and he's like, it's hot out here. So then he, she invites him in. He comes in and he immediately gets comfortable, puts his feet up on her coffee table.
And then he brutally just... Why did I say that? Okay,
grabs a beer out of the fridge, and she's just like looking at him like, man, you got comfortable in my house quick. So she's like, trying to suggest different things they should do, and he keeps saying, no, I'm comfortable right here. Anyway, as a matter of fact, you're out of beer. And she's like, what? So child, she's like puttering around her house, folding laundry and all of this. She goes to her bathroom, her private bathroom in her house that she pays for, and this is what she finds.
I go in my ensuite, my bathroom in my private bedroom, and I notice there is a toothbrush and an extra bar of soap in my bathroom.
She left out the part. These aren't young people that are dating. These are 50-plus-year-old people dating. I could have used the context there. I thought that these were like young people or some shit. Now it makes more sense that like a dude who is unmarried and doesn't have kids, or like, like his family is down the shithole, right? That would make way more sense that a 50-plus-year-old man would drive an hour away just to meet up with a chick. And I didn't know the woman herself was also 50-plus years old, so this is irrelevant to me. I don't give a fuck. From the sounds of it, it's like this guy is getting very, very comfortable with her way too fast, and yeah, it's just, yeah, bro, you're just weird, bro.
Story time about how a guy begged to take me out on a date and I end up paying for the whole thing. So this happened about 2-3 years ago when I still had like Facebook at the time. There was this one guy who would like ask to like take me out all the time, and I would always dug him.
Please, I want to take you out on a date, please, can I take you out on a date? Just one sniff, please. Pathetic!
So this is the guy that took me to California Pizza Kitchen and didn't order anything on the first date, right? I wasn't upset because he knows I love butter cakes or whatever. Also, he was a little musty because he had just come from the gym. I don't understand why he didn't take a shower or change the clothes. Anyway, he had come to my house before, and this was like our second date, so I was like, all right, whatever, it's time to go to his house. So he invited me over to his house one night, and I was doing my blowout, my silk press, and he was rushing me through the silk press, so I was considering not even doing my baby hair. I get there, he don't like the way I parked. I got to repark 3 times, and then finally he goes, let me do it for you. So then we go inside, he's cooking sweet potatoes, by the way. He's like, these are my favorite thing to cook is roasted sweet potatoes. I look at them sweet potatoes, half of them burnt because he didn't chop them up in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. So he didn't learn to cut symmetrically from Gordon Ramsay or his mother, but that's neither here.
I don't understand why this chick has to talk about a date that we went on. Listen, guys, listen. I can explain. Okay, look. About like the parking thing. I mean, she's a woman and like, cars and driving. So I totally had to step out of the car and I'll park the car for her. Thing about the sweet potatoes, that's why I kind of need a woman in my life to cook for me, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we can skip this fucking story. I don't know why this bitch decided to come out and speak on our experience.
And we get to the restaurant, we get, greeted by the hostess. She asked if we had reservations. We didn't. So while she's looking in the tablet to see where she can put us and whatnot, now granted, she did have a high-pitched squeaky voice. So he comment on her, how she talks. So he's like, why you talk like that? And so she looks up and then she looks back down at her tablet or whatever. So I'm looking at her, look back at him. And I can tell that she felt uncomfortable because I was uncomfortable that he even asked her that, like, why you commenting on that, Like, what did I do for you?
It's because her voice is squeaky and high-pitched and she's a fully grown woman. Why the fuck do you sound like? That seems pretty normal to me, honestly. I don't understand how this is the first date from hell, but okay.
So then he proceeds to, tell me, oh, you look nice or whatever, like your body is da-da-da, like you look really good, but you would be an even more badder bitch if you was to get your boobs and your ass done. So I was like, oh.
This guy seems based. I don't understand the problem. He's based, honestly. You sound very ungrateful that a man of high caliber can take the time to see the potential in you, and clearly he wants to invest into you, okay? You will look way better with like your boobs and ass done. I don't understand the problem here. What the fuck is the problem?
I have debated telling this story for a few days, but all of my friends are literally like, this story is so wild. You need to put this on TikTok. This also just happened this past weekend, so I am still processing what exactly happened.
Just tell the fucking story! Get to the point!
So we agreed to link up and meet for a drink on Sunday night, and it was one of those first dates that you kind of leave and you're on a high. Everything was so good. We had an immediate connection, an immediate spark, and sincerely that does not happen to me often. I don't date a lot in general. And for the next 2 weeks when he was supposed to come out here, we are talking, texting, on the phone every single day, every single night. But a week before he's supposed to come out here again and do his last exam or whatever it is, I asked him, I said, instead of staying at your dad's house, why don't you just stay with me that weekend? He's like, that would be great. So, we can spend a lot more time together, get to know each other that whole weekend, whatever. So we're talking about him coming out here this weekend, and he's very much into sports. And so he's like, yeah, I want to watch the game this weekend. And I said, well, I don't have a TV. I just don't have a TV in my house. And he makes a joke that he's going to have to buy a TV in order for him to watch the game this weekend. And I think it's a hee hee ha ha joke. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, so Saturday comes. He's flying out here this time, and the flight's only 45 minutes to an hour from Vegas. 1 hour before he boards his plane, this man literally texts me out of nowhere, and he's like, okay, I bought the TV from Target. It's ready for pickup.
This man is so psyoped into watching sports. Okay, well, no. As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna bother explaining it. I'm gonna just let Sam Hyde explain it.
I don't know what it is with these this modern obsession with gambling and sports, and it's what masquerades as masculinity nowadays. The modern obsession with gambling, sports betting, fantasy football. It's a surrogate for masculinity. It's poisoning our culture.
Can't he just watch it on his phone? He's probably playing for ESPN Plus or some shit, and he can just watch it on his phone. I don't understand. He doesn't have to go out of his way to buy a whole fucking TV just to put it in this bitch's place.
What? Wait! Said, what? Huh? He was like, yeah, I told you sports are really important to me. It's how I relax. I watch the games every weekend.
Well, how about you relax your dick into some pussy this fucking weekend? You just watch it on your phone. Yeah, dude, sports is definitely a fucking psyop, bro. It really isn't that fucking serious, honest. It's really not that serious.
Get ready with me for the gym while I tell you guys about the worst date I've ever been on in my life. And yes, I met this person on a dating app. I met him on Hinge. That app is not Hinge worthy. Okay, we met on Hinge about 2 years ago. Okay, it's a year ago. And we're gonna call him Crash Out because everything about him was a crash out. For real. Only reason why I downloaded Hinge was because I was bored, obviously. The only reason people download dating apps is because they're bored. And I was bored, and one night I was like, let me just swipe, and I'm swiping.
Dating apps for men and women are completely different because she downloaded it because she was bored. Guys downloaded it to take it seriously. You guys, bro. Oh my god. It's an evil world we live in.
So I went to my likes and I came across this guy, and he's not even my type. He was 5'9", and I'm 5'6", so.
And yet for some reason you still went out on a fucking date with him? Okay, yeah, so you're a That's basically what like I'm getting at here. Anyways, next fucking video.
Yeah, I didn't end up in a dumpster anyways.
Ladies, we gotta be more careful when it comes to dating apps and these men. Remember, we chose the bear. I think this story happened.
This music is so fucking annoying, bro. And then it's just, I know it's just gonna be a long, drawn out story about their dating horror story. He tried to kill me or whatever the fuck. I don't even know anymore. What I do know is that what you consume every day makes up your reality or like your subconscious or some shit. So I mean, turn off the devices and go outside and talk to people and communicate with people and just be a real chill guy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? If you want to sit on your ass all day and watch these types of videos, dating is cooked, dating is so over, I can't date in 2025, dating is dead in 2026. Oh no, like bro, like if like you watch that doom and gloom bullshit all day, that becomes your reality. You need to like stop watching that shit and watch like my other videos on the channel or something like that. I don't know, but if you could do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you later. Goodbye.